At a busy street corner, in the heart of the city, a young boy sat every evening with a small box of matches in his hands. His clothes were ragged, his face pale, and his eyes carried the quiet sadness of hunger. Day after day, he tried to sell his matches, but almost no one stopped. In modern times, who still needed matches when everyone already had lighters? People rushed past him without even a glance. The world was busy, loud, and indifferent. And so the boy remained in silence, his matchboxes unsold, his stomach empty, his heart heavy with hopelessness. One evening, as the street lamps began to glow, an old man walked by. The boy, gathering all his courage, lifted his weak voice. "Sir, would you buy a box of matches from me?" The old man stopped. His eyes were kind, and he smiled gently as he looked at the boy. But instead of reaching for money, he asked, "Do you have anything else to give me? These matches I don't need." The boy lowered his head, ashamed. "I only have matches, nothing else." The old man shook his head softly and replied, "If you want others to pay you, you must give them something meaningful. Don't just think about your product. Think about what you can make them feel." With those words, the old man continued on his way, leaving the boy alone again. But this time, he was not only hungry, his mind was burning with questions. That night, under the pale moonlight, the boy sat on the cold pavement, staring at his matches. The old man's words echoed again and again. Something meaningful, not just a product. What do I have? What can I give? He thought for a long time, until an idea began to shine inside him. Matches only matter when they bring light. Without light, they are useless, but with light, they can chase away darkness. Why don't I give people light instead of just selling a useless box? The next day, when a passerby approached, the boy did something different. He did not beg. He did not whisper with fear. Instead, he struck a match. A small golden flame danced in the air, glowing warmly against the shadows of the street. The boy smiled, held the flame carefully, and said, "This isn't just a match. It's a little fire of hope, a light that can chase away even the biggest darkness." The passerby paused. At first they laughed lightly, but then something stirred inside them, a small warmth, a reminder of comfort, of hope, of home. They reached into their pocket and bought not just one matchbox, but several. Not because they needed matches, but because they valued what the boy gave them, a feeling. Word began to spread. More people came. And every time, the boy did not sell matches, he shared light. He lit a flame, told a story, offered warmth, and people listened. They smiled. They paid him gladly. Soon, the boy was no longer just a beggar selling matches. He became known as the Boy of Light. His corner, once dark and lonely, now glowed with small flames and soft laughter. Time passed, and with the coins he earned, the boy began to dream bigger. He saved, he worked, and one day he opened a small shop. Inside were candles and handmade lanterns, each glowing with color and warmth. People filled the shop, drawn not only to the light, but to the story behind it, the story of a boy who gave hope. Years went by. The boy grew into a young man, confident and determined. He wore a neat suit now, no longer ragged clothes. But in his heart, he never forgot the night when an old man's words changed his life. Standing outside his glowing shop, holding a lantern high in his hand, he whispered with gratitude, "People don't pay for products. They pay for value. They pay for emotions. They pay for what makes them feel alive." The lantern shone brightly, casting golden light into the night. And for those who passed by, It was not just a shop they saw, it was a beacon of hope, built from the smallest flame of a single match.